Hey there, welcome back to Everything's a Project. This is going to be another Millside chat. So, great news this month. 216,000 jobs were created in the month of December of 2023. That's 216 jobs right here, created by His Excellency. Okay, so a couple paragraphs down in the report is that November and October were adjusted by 71,000 jobs downward. Turns out that every month of the year except for 1 month has been adjusted downward. Last year they claimed that 4.8 million jobs were created, but this year only 2.7 million jobs were created. But they go for the headline, and what we aren't told unless you give it a moment to think about it, the population is increasing more than the jobs that are being created. So every month the per capita jobs are going down. I mentioned that in the other Millside chat, and people that are just looking at headlines or hear the news in passing, it sounds good. And so everybody, well, not everybody, people that are on the ground and, working and see what's going on aren't buying it. They know something's up. Well, that's what's going on. Supposedly they're counting people that have two jobs, more than one job. They're counting that as another person employed. That's not what it is. It's the same person employed, two different jobs. And when it's more than one part-time job, it really sucks because usually you don't get overtime or benefits. Okay, so we're going to move on. So I mentioned that last 2 months were adjusted as well as other months in the year. So just doing simple math, if we continue to reduce or to adjust the past month's numbers down about 35,000, that means that we created 180,000 jobs in the month of December. Okay, so our normal population increase is, again, none of these numbers are real easy to find. You have to dig and they vary, and so I try to buffer them. I'm not trying to really push one agenda or the other, but something's rotten in Denmark. So, normal population increase. There's 120 to 160,000, or sorry, 110 to 160,000 per month. So what that means is everybody's ratcheting up, on average, 120,000 a month. So 15-year-olds become 16-year-olds, 17 become 18, so they're moving into the workforce. So we have to assume that we have 120 more people ready to work. 120,000 more people ready to work. So we only created 180,000 jobs, so that's 60,000 more than normal population growth. Well, we're already behind per capita. Per capita still slipping. So during the Obama years, he was recovering from the recession and pretty much took his sweet ass time because for 4 years nothing happened. His second term started to pick up some steam, but by the time we had population growth, which most of it was normal because he deported a lot of people that came here illegally, kept the dreamers, of course, he was negative 11 to 12 million jobs per capita. And when I say per capita, that's the overall population, how many people are employed and how many aren't. So what that does is it's either people are disenfranchised or they're just not working. And a lot of us people in my age bracket and older are seeing that the work initiative of the younger people isn't the same. And they're really screwing themselves because they're not building up their Social Security credits. They're not putting into Social Security like they should be. They're not building professions. They think they should get paid, top rate right away. As a matter of fact, there's a trend right now where they're encouraging people to think about what they think they're worth. So if they make $14 an hour and their employer says that the floor needs to be mopped, they won't mop the floor if they don't think that it's worth $14 an hour to them. So maybe they'll throw some water on there, do a half-assed job. But they're shooting themselves in the foot because it's a give and take. You can't get completely taken advantage of, but you also have to put forth the effort that shows that you're worth more money. And you have to do it on good faith. And if your employer doesn't recognize it, move on, move up. It's as easy as that. All this crap with unions bitching about their wages and stuff like that, get a different job. Because all it does is screw the companies in the long run. And it keeps other companies from being responsible. So anyways, that was a tangent. Okay, so normal population growth, we need to come up with 120,000 jobs every single month just to accommodate that. So what else happened in the month of December? We imported 302,000 more mouths to feed. The most ever. And you got Binder on the TV saying, oh, well, it's, ebb and flow. Well, it's like triple the most ever for December. It's cold. Even in the desert of Arizona, it's cold. People aren't coming here this time of year unless there's an incentive. There is an incentive, and it's the global population war, which I will say nobody else is talking about. You heard it here first, people. You think I'm some crazy idiot? Well, I'm right. So, after all that data I just threw at you, we lost 242,000 jobs per capita this month. Claiming 216 gained, we lost 242. So, that's the problem that I brought up on the first Millside chat, is this population war is being fought half-assed. Mayorkas made 2 interviews recently, and he stated, well, we need these people to come here because we got 8 million jobs unfilled. Okay, so there's 8 million jobs at the current population rate that are unfilled. So at the height of the Trump era, just before COVID lockdowns, which was March of 2020, per capita, the Trump job market was 4 million more than 3 to 4 million more than now. Again, that's numbers it's hard to pin down, but I've seen 3 and I've seen 4 million. I'm doing my own math. I'm looking it up. I'm spending some time. At that point, there were 12 million to 16 million jobs unfilled. So we had lower population, we had a higher percentage of people employed during the height of the Trump era, and there was more jobs available than there are now. So I don't know what's a good number to have. You got to have, some different pressures. You have to have an actual ebb and flow, not like what she said, but you can't have 0 jobs and everybody employed. It just doesn't work. That's stagnant. So you have to have, demand so that people can ratchet up. If this employer is having a hard time filling a position, they might have to pay a little extra to bring somebody that's close to the skill set up to speed. So that's kind of how it happens. You ratchet up, move on, and move up. So, again, the moral to this story is we're being lied to. They're doing everything half-assed, and we're failing. It's the fall of Rome. The money we're spending, that's what killed the Soviet Union. We have no accountability for our spending right now. We just hit another $1 trillion of debt. So every 3 months, about 3 to 4 months, we're incurring another $1 trillion of debt. We're doing nothing to curtail that. We're not offsetting anything. People just went down to the border, the Republicans, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to negotiate. Biden's like, well, I need more money if you want the border secured. You got plenty of money. Just stop wasting it. We're fools. We're fools for allowing this to happen. We're their boss. They don't listen to us anymore. So hopefully you're going to take this stuff to heart and realize that it's not what it seems. And when they control the media and stuff, and the media isn't going to do their job, we have to do it. Just like we have to protect ourselves. As a matter of fact, check out the Ian Ziering video of him getting in an altercation with Antifa on mini bikes in Los Angeles. That's what this country is coming to. Wake up, remember in November.